Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your man B Vaughn here with another episode here on We Create Music TV, our interview series that we come to you every Monday and every Thursday. Glad that you're here tonight, today, whenever you're going to watch this amazing interview that we're about to get into with Kelzhaunne, right? Singer, songwriter. Had a chance to check out some of her music. You're going to enjoy what she's going to be bringing, what we're going to talk about today. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Kelzhaunne. Give it up, give it up. How are you?
I'm great. I'm
Great.
amazing. How about yourself?
I'm good. You know, it's
That's good.
it's it's Monday. Oh, I'm really good because my new computer will be here on Wednesday. So I'm just like,
Okay. Well, give me your old one
oh.
then.
Actually, I do have an old one that I mean, I don't know if I can just give it. You know what I'm saying? But we could talk about that though.
I need a new computer, Brian.
It ain't super new. I mean, it's an old computer, but that mug is still
Newer than
powerful.
mine.
Well, we can talk about how old your computer is and what this one is, the old one that I got. But yeah, because it's pretty old. This one's pretty new, so I'm ready for this. It depends on what you
Oh,
use.
okay.
If you use app, if you use Mac, or if you use
I'm a Mac girl.
oh, that's what I'm saying. See, people don't
See,
understand.
we
Look,
for a
look,
reason.
look, look. People don't understand. Right before we get into this whole interview, people don't understand. There's a difference between Macs and just your regular old PCs that people use. People just, yeah. I'm a Mac
Yeah,
guy. I got a
you
Mac
gotta.
Mini. I got an iPhone. I got a watch. I got the AirPods. I got. People know. I
Oh,
love I
they need to
love Apple.
start endorsing you.
Hey, you hear that, Apple? I need some endorsements. Let's go.
No, yeah,
So, but Kelzhaunne, I think I'm just gonna call
yeah.
it Kels from now on to everybody, so
That'll
that
work.
you know. So, so I'm glad to have you here. So, talk to us about how you got started in this whole music world.
Yeah. I got my first karaoke machine probably around like 6 years old, and I just played and sing on it. I remember songs from like J Lo and a bunch of older artists. I can't really remember their names, but so that's when I really start playing around in music. And then I remember one time I was singing, just playing my voice, and I was like, "Dang, I actually sound pretty good." So I went to go sing to my mom, and she started crying. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you have a
Oh
natural
wow.
gift." Yes, I was like, "Ooh, I'm onto something." So I joined the choir at church. I joined. I tried out for every sport in middle school, just trying to see where I fit in, and I didn't make any
Mm,
sports. But I made the chorus team. Okay, and
that's
then
right.
we started doing like shows, putting on shows from there. I started doing talent shows, getting into dancing. I got into acting. I did that in high school as well. I did the chorus. I did musical theater and drama. And then in college, I did 1 year of gospel choir. And I remember sitting in class
Mm,
my junior year of college, and I was like, man, because I was in my major was public health and business. I was like, man, I'm truly like, I don't feel happy with what I'm doing. Like, it doesn't like feed my soul. Life's too short to be doing something I don't have a desire and a passion for. So I had this guy that we were good friends at the time, and I would always sing. He was like, why don't you ever do music? Everybody would always ask me that. I just didn't know how to go about it. So he booked me a studio session. And I was already writing music, so it wasn't like new to me. I had wrote a song, I recorded it, I got a lot of great feedback. I put it out on my birthday of 2018, and I haven't stopped since then.
hey, that's dope. Dope. So
Yup.
so the so 6 years old got the first karaoke machine, right? That's I think most people kind of get started at a very young age. I don't know too many people who's like 40 and all of a sudden it's like, I'm gonna be a singer.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna be a
it was
rapper.
planted like a little seed.
Right. You know, so thinking about that, these little seeds that we have. I mean, was your parents into music, or were they any artists, or they? I mean, how did that seed kind of blossom within you that led you to
Man,
this
I
career?
always, I always say I was chosen because like there's literally nobody in my family that but to my knowledge, at least, there were definitely people before I was born that aren't here
Mm.
anymore. But to my knowledge, I don't know anybody in my family that even know how to hold a note. So it was truly like a gift from heaven, from God. Now,
Mm.
like, I feel chosen to do this. Me and my brother actually growing up, we would always just make up songs for fun, and for every holiday and event we had in the family, they would just call me up to come perform for the family. And
Oh.
then to this day, I don't know anybody in my family that do music other than me and my brother.
Mm. Okay. So it wasn't like how the Jacksons would, back in the day. I don't know if you've seen the movie, the TV
I
series
did.
Jackson the American Dream, when they would
I
always call
love
them up,
it.
get up here and sing that song that you used to do that you like. Get up here and oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh man, right? You'd be
It's
like, really? I gotta get up here and sing and
like
dance in
once
front
it
of.
starts, they expect you to do it every time. And to
Oh
this
yeah.
day, I'm doing that. But I love it.
See, that's why I never really sang in front of anybody, and I don't sing. See, here I go. And people know. So I grew up as a singer, right? That was my
Okay.
whole thing. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be in choral, and I did choir all the way from middle school. Actually, from elementary school to high school, I was in choir the entire time. You know, and it just didn't work out because I didn't have the confidence to do it like by myself. I can never be a solo artist, like ever be a solo artist. I had to be in
You
a
still
group.
feel like that to this day?
Yeah, still to
Wow.
this. Yeah, it's weird. It's like I don't know. It's always that, and I know I'm at the age where I really shouldn't care, and
I
really
know that,
shouldn't.
Brian.
Right, I really shouldn't care. Like I got some grays down here. I really shouldn't care what people think. But
Man.
but there's a part of me that's like, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you've seen those people. I've seen them. I've never been one of them because I've always been so self-conscious about it. But you see those people who are up there singing, and all of a sudden you look in the crowd. There's a person over there like, and it's like,
Everybody ain't gonna like
I know,
it.
and I never got over it. I never got over that.
Oh
And
man.
so,
Hey, you can don't
oh
tell don't
yeah,
tell
I
me.
went to look. Look, I know this ain't
Every
about
time
me.
somebody tell me they like to do something and they don't do it, I'm gonna like every time I see them be like, all right, Brian,
You can be
time
like,
to drop that song.
oh yeah, I did. I know this ain't about me. I always, but I went to state. I was in state choir. I went to. Oh yeah, I went to the All Virginia male choir. I did all that stuff. It just wasn't for me. So I always applaud people who, such as yourself, who from a young age until now have the courage to do what you do on a day-to-day basis. Because your boy can't. Yeah, your boy ain't got
You
that.
can. I believe in
I don't
you,
know.
Brian.
You believe in me? I appreciate that.
I do. All you gotta do is believe in yourself,
Well,
Brian.
thank
You
you.
got this.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
still sing for fun?
Do I sing for fun? Every
Yeah.
day. Every day.
Man,
Every day.
thank you a few
Every
times.
day.
Sing
My wife hears me
Vogue.
all the time. She's like, one day I'm going to be scared that she's going to record me, and I don't
Make
know
a
that she's
TikTok,
recording me.
man.
Nah, nah. But
Make a
anyway,
TikTok, Brian.
Kelz.
Can you hear me?
Huh? You
Can
said
you
make
hear
a
me?
TikTok. You said make a TikTok.
Okay, I was just
Yeah,
making sure you heard me
nah.
because I said it 5 times.
I know. I was going to say anyway. Nope.
Yeah, you can ignore me, but don't worry about it.
Nope.
I'm gonna
Nope.
hit your
Nope.
wife up.
But like I said, I always admire people such as yourself who have the ability to step out and do it and just enjoy it and to just love it and to just go with the flow of being an artist, because I know that's something that I would have loved to do, just never went out and actually did it. So to hear that you've been doing it at a young age, to hear that you were naturally gifted and talented at a young age is just it's just amazing. So kudos to you for that. And I had a chance to listen to your music. We'll get into your music in just a little bit because I want to know the inspiration behind some of the songs that you've made.
Okay.
So, but for you, when did you know that you truly wanted to be a singer songwriter? Like, how did you? What was that defining moment for you that said, "This is exactly what I want to do"?
See, So I don't identify myself as just like a singer songwriter. I'm like a truly overall entertainer. So like
Mm.
if I was to perform on stage, I'm gonna be giving you a show. I'm gonna be making you laugh. I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be dancing. I'm gonna be singing. I'm gonna be acting a little bit. Honestly, I was probably in high school and we was practicing for a show, a musical theater show. And we had this professional come down from New York to teach us some chorus. And my mom always said since I was a kid, I always would work myself to the front row of everything. I didn't realize it, but he looked. The guy who came down to teach us, he looked at me. Out of everybody in the room, it's like a good at least 50 of us, right, practicing
Mm.
for this show. And he looked at me. He was like, "You're gonna be a superstar one day." And that just stuck with me from that
Wow.
moment. Like that, I can still like vividly remember that.
Mm.
And this is before I even, you know, before I even like, okay, let me get this a try.
Wow.
So that was the moment for me. I was like, okay, there's something special about me. Even when I walk into rooms and I try to like be quiet and reserved. It always be like an opportunity that presents itself for me to like not be behind the scenes.
Wow. It must be
It's
something
just like,
about. No, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, no. I'll say it must be something about your energy, your aura, your personality that people just automatically gravitate to, or that kind of stands out, and people are like,
Yeah, even if I don't
yeah.
even try. Like I
It-
realized it was for me because I had to put in the least amount of work and I was so good at it.
mm. You
Mm.
know, they say that most talented people have to put in the less amount of effort for what they do because
Yeah,
it just comes naturally to them. Yeah, that's
it
I mean,
does.
but that's a good thing though, is because you're whenever environments you go into, those environments lends itself to lends itself and positions you to kind of be,
All
the
that I am.
forefront in all that you are, and people can recognize it and they can say, hey, you know, but amazing opportunities can come from that too. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
a lot of times people who said it to me, uh, I think it was Miss Storm, a lady I interviewed a while ago. She said, "Closed mouths don't get fed," and I said, "You so right
Hmm.
about that. You sure right about that." Because if people
Ask when
don't
you shall receive.
say it again,
I said, ask and you shall receive,
ask and you shall receive. Knock and it shall be
and
opened.
the doors will be open.
That's right. So give me over here quoting, be preaching,
I know, right?
but preach
Amen.
right, right. But so I want to go back. It was interesting. You said that you were in college. I think you said you were in college and that you were in a gospel group or a gospel choir
That's the part.
for a year. Did you say a year? Yeah. So how was that experience?
It was a very beautiful experience.
Mm.
I was always in the church growing up anyway, so it wasn't abnormal for me to be in that environment. I sung in the choir in church as a kid, as a teenager. Um, I guess the cool thing about it, once again, I was on stage in the front dancing, man. It just
See.
always happens. We got to travel the world. I got to go to New York. I got to
Oh
go to
wow.
Philadelphia. I got to go to Canada. I got to see Niagara Falls. It was a very dope experience. I also learned things about my voice that I didn't even know I was capable of. So that was pretty
Mm.
cool.
Yeah. That's
Um,
no, no.
Go
I was gonna
ahead.
say. I know. I know. I was gonna say.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
That's
say about gospel choir.
say that again.
Learned a lot of new songs. I learned a lot of new songs.
Mm-hmm. A lot of new songs. A
Learned
lot of
how
new
to
things
sing
about
from
your
the gut.
voice.
Yes.
Sing from the gut, sing from the
From the gut.
diaphragm. How to? Oh yeah, I remember all those tricks and techniques that I don't use today. But
Yeah.
no, actually I do. I just don't put it out there. But I still use those
Yeah,
same. I still
don't
use
worry
those
about it. I'm gonna
same
make sure you
techniques.
talk.
She said, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna hit you up later on every day and be like, hey, you doing that?" But
I'm gonna make you I be seeing your login and password. I'm gonna make sure you upload every day.
oh, see, don't put that pressure. Don't put that pressure on me.
Don't hide. You can't
That's
be
it.
hiding
She
that,
said,
keeping that tongue to yourself. I
you
truly
know,
believe that every gift we were born with was of course meant for us, but it wasn't meant for us to keep to ourselves.
right. I believe that. I believe that too. It's just somewhere down the line something happened where it wasn't a direction I was going to go into, and it kind of was like, I still love it. Mm. So like me, I do music, right? I produce music. People know that they watch the show. They know that I
Oh, you
actually
made
produce.
beats?
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look.
You got to in.
Look at them lights back there shining brightly. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
And so, oh yeah, I make beats too. But
Do
I
you send them out?
realized, of course,
Okay.
of course I do. I got a whole production team. But
Okay.
but it got to a point where it was like, I have a whole nother skill set that can probably be better utilized within this whole music community than just making beats, right? Which is kind of doing stuff like what I'm doing now on We Create Music TV, kind of stuff I'm doing on the music side and on the video side, and being more of an executive than like just a regular beat maker or producer or whatever. But that kind of was the same thing. I think that somewhere in my journey, it hit me like, yeah, that's cool. I may want to do that still, but I think that this is where I'm really supposed to go and where I'm really supposed to be and where I can make the biggest impact is in doing stuff like this. So that's probably why I don't pursue any of those other things that we got, that people got
Why you
going
can't
on
do
that they
both?
can do. Honestly, because some things take up so much time and capacity to
It takes
do.
15 seconds to make a TikTok,
Oh
Brian.
shoot! You know what? I'm gonna make a TikTok right now. I'm gonna log it. No, I'm
I
joking.
just want to hear you say, man. I just want to hear you say.
One day, one day you
Okay.
probably will. One day. But yeah, I
I'm gonna
always,
leave you alone for now.
but I always like to ask that question because I think for everybody there's a defining moment in their life that says, "This is it for me. This is what I want to do, and this is the direction that I'm going to go in." And we put our all into doing that. And so I'm always interested in what that period is in a person's life, because one is going to be different for everybody. The circumstances, the situation, the environment is all going to be different. But it's still amazing that I interview tons of music creatives, producers, artists, and they may have all had different journeys, but they're all on the same trajectory, if I can say it in that way, of being a music creative, being an artist, being an entertainer in this crazy world of this music business that exists. And so I don't know. I'm always just interested in finding out how those different things take place. And so for you, it ended up working the way that it did, which is,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. That's just super cool. Just how it all just works out, how it just portrays itself. So so
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like you can't run from that purpose.
Now, like, yeah, you can't. Like, I had a guy on the show, James. I don't know if you know James Worthy or not, but he lives here in Atlanta, and I had him on the
Hmm.
show, and I asked him that question: What was his defining moment? That period in his life where he knew, and he said it was the day that I met Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson told
Oh,
me. He said, and Michael Jackson told me you were going to be a superstar, and he said at that moment it was like, if Michael Jackson said it, he said that's it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's yeah. And so
I see
it's
that now. I see that when it's somebody that you look up to
hmm
and don't expect you to get to be on that level, they tell you that. It's like
that's
little
right.
old me.
I can do it. Me, I can do
Yeah.
it. Wow. So Kels, I'm sure that in your music career that you've had, that you faced major challenges and situations that you've been in. So what were some of those major challenges that you've experienced, and what did you learn from those?
Let's see. One of the biggest challenges I would say is learning not to do things just for money or for likes or exposure. Like never like settling or like belittling yourself, if that makes sense. Staying true to yourself, knowing who you are, what you represent, knowing your brand. Because people come in from every direction trying to change you or something about your music, the way you look, any small thing. But the more you know yourself and aware of everything, you're able to say, okay, this is not me. This doesn't represent me. I want to do this for this amount of money. You know. So that's been a challenge. But hey, I'm here now. I'm so sure of myself than I ever was before. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I want to ask a follow-up question. So you said that you are at the place for yourself right now. So how did you know that? How did you know that for you? right? So when you talk about doing things for money or not doing things for money or representing your brand appropriately, like how did you get to that place?
Honestly, through experience, because I have been the person to be like, oh shoot, they paid $500 for this show. Let me
Mm,
go see. And after so
mm-hmm,
many of those, you're like, okay, Kill, what are you doing? Are you chasing money? Are you chasing the
mm,
opportunity? Really, everything in my mindset start to change when I like really truly realize like who I am, what I am, and how much power I hold within myself. Like everything I was after, or everything I feel like I needed to have or be to be
mm,
successful, it just isn't what it is. Um,
mm.
I learned that I am the creator of my reality, and anything I want, I can attract. So I
That's
stopped
right.
chasing, and I just
That's
start being
mm. It's
and
I
growing with grace.
wish I had my little gems down here. That's a gem right there, y'all. Like is being yourself and stop chasing. It's so amazing to me how people so desperately want to be like other people. And
Mm-hmm.
I always look at things and go, well, one, why do I want to be somebody else? God made me exactly who I am and how I am. Why do I want to be somebody else? Two, I don't know what's going on in that person's life. So I may not want what they got. Because we only see the exterior. We only see,
I know,
the
right?
money. We only see what's on
Oh,
Instagram and social media. And it's like, oh, I want that life. But it's like, do you really want that life though?
right,
Like,
and you don't know what they had to go through to get there, or how
yeah,
much work they put in. I don't think people realize it's a lot of work that has to be put in behind the scenes. And
yeah.
because I'm so hands on with everything, I realize like, dang, this is not just let me put a song out and blow up tomorrow.
Why do people think it's that way? I have no idea. Because it is not.
Yeah.
Let me just go into the studio, record a song. Oh, I can write a song in 10 minutes, record it in five, press, mix and master it, press it up. We good to go. Like some,
But
some.
granted, there are stories that happen like that sometimes, but it's still work that has to be put in after.
That's right. There's still work. There's still work that has to be put in after. But I think there are some people out there who think it happens that fast. They put out a song and they go, "Hey, how come I ain't blow up yet? Let's go."
That
Like I
was
put
me when
this.
I quit my job 2 years ago. I was
like,
like,
like I put that song out. How come it ain't go viral?
right,
How come I
right.
ain't? That's
I've been
right.
promoting it and singing it every day. But I know the biggest thing in this journey is learning patience. That's the biggest
Mm-hmm.
one. It's to be in every moment because it'll be a time I wake up and go outside and like I won't have the privacy that I have right now.
Mm. That's
I want
that's
people to
right.
go out and people start looking at me and want to take photos. So I'm trying to enjoy all these small moments or big
Enjoy
moments.
enjoy all of it. But I always tell people, everybody, I can't say everybody. Let me take that back. There are a lot of people who want to be superstars, who want to make it big in this music industry, right? They want the fame, the fortune that comes with it. And it's like, but I don't know if most people are ready for what this music industry is going to bring into their lives, right? And I always caution all music creators to say, just be very cognizant of what happens in your life in this music industry, because this is an industry. This is, I think, who said it? Uh, was it Issa Rae? I think
Mm-hmm.
Issa Rae said it when she said, "This industry is full of snakes. Is full of just bad people." I can't remember her quote exactly, but she was like, "This is the worst industry I've ever seen. It's worse than the film industry." And she's like,
Oh wow.
"This industry is, and it is." And I always tell people, you got to have tough skin to make it in this industry, because you're going to get 1,000 no's and you're going to eventually get a yes. But if you can't handle those 1,000 no's, oh my goodness, it ain't gonna work out. It's just, it's a tough industry. It's a
Yeah.
super tough industry. But it's good to hear that you had the realization to say, okay, I don't need to chase the bag, or I don't need to try to be somebody else. I define what my brand is. I define who I am as an artist, and not somebody else. Because a lot of record labels will do that. A lot of managers and a lot of executives will try to change how you are as an artist, and you have to be. the person to say, no, this is my brand.
Yeah.
So for you, what were some of those things that you identified that were important for your own personal brand as an artist, as Kelz, as Kelzhaunne? I
Far
said it
as
right. I did say it right. Right.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
almost.
you
I'll
can
just say Kelz.
try. You can. So you asking me what were some things I identified as part of my brand?
Yeah. What were some of the things that you identified as, and how did you identify those things as part of your brand, part of your makeup?
Well, I start with who I am as a person. You know, as a person, I am very energetic. I like to have a good time. I I I'm honest. I'm very transparent. Sometimes way too transparent. But most of all, I like to inspire people to live like you know how I'm going hard right at you right now. Like yo, use your gift. That's what I am. That's who I'm about.
Mm,
I'm always so I have a lot of music I haven't released out yet. It'll be coming out this year. But it's more like, man, do what you love and love what you do and like everything else will come.
mm.
So some things that don't represent me is negative talk. I don't negative talk to myself. I don't negative talk about other people. I don't like sit and gossip. Like these things don't define me. Um
It's good to hear.
look at this.
That's so good to hear.
I won't belittle anyone for an opportunity.
Mm,
Let's see. I just like to try to keep it things as honest and transparent as possible. I realized there was something about me. I used to work at Sprint,
okay.
and I was a top salesperson. And one of the things, like part of the selling method, we would have to like rephrase things to add
Mm-hmm.
on people's bill, and so that you
Mm-hmm.
could put money in your pocket. I
That's
was
right.
doing it for about 2 years, and I went on a fast, and I just took a break from everything just to get to know and understand myself a little bit more. And I
Mm,
realized this is something I was doing. It's like, oh shit, this is not who I am. I had to
mm-hmm.
immediately like quit my job because it
Oh
was
wow.
forcing me to be like, yeah. It was that deep. So like I said, like the more you know who you are and what you represent, what you stand for, anytime you feel yourself not doing that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you won't settle. You won't allow it to happen.
Wow.
But no, I'm a fun person, man. I love to have fun. I like to remind people that this life is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like take it serious, but not really.
Take it serious, but not really. Right. Enjoy your
I'm a
life.
free spirit. I'm a
Enjoy your life.
free
Live your
will.
life.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. That's
And
good.
faith, faith, but not without the work though.
Hey, that's right. You can't just sit around and be like, oh, it's just, if I say it, it'll
Yeah,
happen. No, you still got to go put
yeah,
that work in. Faith without work is
yeah,
dead. You still got to put that work in. But
yeah.
so I used to work. I used to work at Verizon, and so I
Mhm.
taught people how to do what you did for years. For years at Verizon, we would teach people how to
Oh, for real?
upsell.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I was a trainer. I was a trainer at Verizon.
Man,
In my
my community
past.
check was nice though.
Hey, that's right. I taught A because yeah. So I used to teach people how to do that and how to do
Mhm.
sales for
Uh huh.
years, and so learning how to do that. Yeah, I mean, there's some deception that's in there, right? There's some deception that's in there,
Man.
but it's like you're trying to milk the person for all that they got for all of these different
Mhm.
services and add-ons and all those different things. But yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I
I
always say
remember
when
them.
I get up there, people be like, "Oh, she the one that added that stuff to my bill." I'm sorry, forgive me. For I knew
But
not what I was doing.
that's right. But I think what you said is that your own personal energy and understanding that this is your life, you are the creative force of your life, and that you make it whatever it is. So there's a course that I used to teach, um, and actually I still kind of teach it, but it's the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in there, there's a concept that's called carry your own weather. And it means that you have the ability, no matter what the circumstances are around you, to carry your own weather. You control your own happiness. You control what outcomes you want to experience and outcomes you want to expect. But I love the fact that you said you don't belittle nobody, you don't step on nobody to get ahead. But when you think about the music industry as a whole, a lot of that happens. A lot of, hey, I'm gonna put you down, or hey, I'm gonna step on you, or hey, I'm gonna talk bad about you so I can get this piece. And a lot of that happens in this industry. and people have to be very cognizant of it. I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen. It definitely happens, but it's how you respond to it, right? And I love what you said in your response. You don't talk negative about people. You don't have negative energy. You don't gossip. And I think that's for me the biggest thing is the gossip. Like which is why I don't like social media. I'm on
That's
it.
the worst thing you can do.
Oh my gosh. I'm on it because I need to be
You
on
wonder
it.
why they be sick. we talking too much, Brian.
Like, oh my
We
gosh.
talking too much, Brian.
Like, oh, it does. And I'm not gonna speak. You know what? Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not on.
Man,
I'm not. Look, I'm not on social media today because I know there's some stuff on social media that's going on today, right now that I'm like, I don't want to be a part of because I got my own thoughts about what happened and everybody. I don't want to be a part of it. That's the whole gossip world for me. And I'm like, I got other things to do. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so it's that whole thing. But okay, I don't even know if we talked about it. Are you born and raised in Atlanta?
No, I'm from Mobile, Alabama, the country.
Hey, she's like, I'm from.
You know where Mardi Gras originated? That's where I'm from.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I spent some time in Alabama. I did basic in Alabama, basic training in Alabama, in
What part?
in Anniston.
Okay.
Yep, Anniston, Alabama. Yep. And so yeah.
Atlanta feels like home though.
But it feels like home.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you?
Since 2019. Yeah.
You've been here since 2019.
Yeah.
I've been here since 2018.
So a year before me.
So right, and so part of me, I like Atlanta. Right. So anybody's watching, y'all know I'm in Atlanta, right? So I like Atlanta, but I always have to think about could I be doing what I'm doing today back in St. Louis? Probably.
You could.
I probably could be doing everything I'm doing today in St. Louis. And then it's like, did I have to move to Atlanta? What was the reason why? Because so I moved here in 2018. 2019. When did COVID hit? 2020? Was it 2019? At the end of 2019, it hit.
Yeah, that's when COVID hit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think I had it around that December, January time frame. I was sick. My wife was like, "Yo, what's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like I can't breathe." She was like, "Oh my god." Oh yeah, it was crazy. I was out for like a week and a half. My wife was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, I'm like my teeth were. I was freezing. Oh gosh, it was so crazy. But
that don't sound like a sound effect.
I don't know what it was.
I mean, why did I say sound effect? I mean,
sound effect. Yeah, they said you get chills. They said that you get chills, shortness of breath, fever, and some other stuff. But whatever that was, I had all that. But my whole point in saying that is because when I got here, things were on and popping. I was at events, doing all types of stuff, mingling with people. In 2019, it was no more of that. Once March 2020 hit, it was no more of this mingling and going out. And so it made me realize, and I had to switch everything that I was doing with We Create Music TV. I used to do all my interviews in person. People would come over to the crib, and I had a whole setup kind of like this, and we had some chairs, and we were like me and you would be like in the same room, like that's good, like. And then COVID hit, and I was like, "Yo, what am I gonna do with this whole show thing?" So I took it, in this medium. But then I sat back and thought, "Dang, I could be doing this. I could do this anywhere. I could be in the Philippines as long as I got a camera, internet access. I can interview anybody all around the world." So I always have to think about that. Could I have still been doing what I'm doing now in a completely different area? And I don't know for you if you could say that. I mean, I think it's different for artists. and for entertainers to. I think it's more practical for music creatives to be in a city that's geared towards music in general
Mm-hmm.
versus being in like I can tell you St. Louis, yeah, whatever. I ain't gonna talk about St. Louis like that. I still got peoples back there.
I
But
was like, you're a bit.
but so for you, you never been to St. Louis?
Not to my
Oh yeah, you gotta
remembrance.
go. You gotta go one day. And
Okay.
if you ever go to St. Louis, there's a couple things you gotta do. Like you have to eat Emo's pizza. Like that's a
Emoji.
must. Emos.
Okay.
That's a must. You must drink Vest soda. I don't know if you drink soda, but you got to drink
Not
Vest
really.
soda. Yeah, it's like a St. Louis staple. Vest soda, and you got to eat some red hot riblets. Right, they're like tater chips, but they're like hot. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm giving all the St. Louis
You
secrets
said
away.
ribs. Is that pork? You said
No,
riblets.
the red hot riblets. They're potato chips.
Oh, you had said
Yeah,
rib
I know they're called red hot riblets.
riblets. Okay.
Yeah, RIP
Okay.
riblets.
Okay.
Yep.
Riblets. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're potato chips. So yeah,
Okay. Okay.
just yeah, and then you got to visit the Arch because everybody does that. That's like the tourist
Visit
thing.
where?
The Arch, the St. Louis Arch.
The art.
Yeah,
What's that?
the St. Louis Arch. You know the. Oh yeah, go. Yeah, you've seen the Arch. It's a
Okay. Okay.
big silver arch. But anyway, I know I'm going off on a tangent talking about St. Louis
No,
and
you good. You good.
visiting, going in and doing that stuff. But I guess the point I was making was for you coming from Mobile to Atlanta, what was that defining moment for you to say, I need to leave the city I'm currently in and move to a city that I think is going, and I don't want to answer, I don't want to kind of phrase it that way, but what was the decision behind moving to Atlanta?
So I went from Mobile to Birmingham, Alabama, which is like 2 hours away from here. I did my college career there 4 years. But that's also where I started my music career in 2018. So I got to a point, like I said, I was on this self awareness awakening journey where I started to not only outgrow like the people that are around me, like because when you're like the most, I'm trying to say can't say like I just felt me separating from the people that was around me. I'm gonna keep it clean like that. But I had got to a point where I had performed at every club, every venue, at least 5, 6 times. It's like, okay, Kel, what else? This can't be it. I also, while I was staying there, I would come to Atlanta periodically to perform shows. And like the love that I received from people and the crowd reaction from people that I didn't even know, I was like, and it was so many more people here that do what I do, as far as being an artist, creative entrepreneurship. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh man, I would love to be in this environment. Not even that, I love the city life. I love that it's always something to do every day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
For artists and singers and anybody, like anything. I was looking to develop myself as an artist, so I started taking dance classes here, taking vocal lessons, and just like I said, just being around people who do what you do and having that connection, and it just inspires you even more. Because
Mm.
where I was at, I was probably the only person doing music as hard as I was doing it, like videos, projects, and stuff like that. So
Right. So,
it was just kind of a new environment.
right, time for a new environment. So, do you think that the environment of Atlanta for a music creative artist, entertainer is oversaturated? You think there's too many of us here?
Nah, man, like if that's the case, too many people on Earth. Like I don't get when people say it's oversaturated. Do you know how many like car brands there are? Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's so many like nobody can do what you do how you do it. And that's like all that
That's right.
matters. Like I don't believe there's anybody out there who can perform like exactly like I
Mm.
can share energy, spread love, and be all that I am, just like Kel can. It was given to me for a reason, and there's something about me that's different than all of the other millions of people that do it. So,
Mm.
no, I don't like the
That's right.
oversaturated thing. Like, if that's the case, nobody should ever chase their dreams or pursue it's
You
what
know,
they love.
I'm always just curious, because
Yeah.
it tells a lot about a person's mindset. It's like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, it is oversaturated. There's too many artists here. But it tells you about that person's mindset. And so it lets
Hmm.
it tells you if the person is a scarcity minded person, or if they're
Mm.
an abundance minded person. So for you, based upon what you just said, you're an abundance minded person. There's enough for everybody. There's if you get a piece of the pie, I can get a piece of the pie. There's enough pie for everybody. But a scarcity minded person doesn't think that way. And a scarcity minded person is going to, if we go back to what you said earlier, is going to do those things that you said that you don't do. Step on people,
Mm-hmm.
talk bad about people, gossip about people, right? And so I find that even in this city, you have that dichotomy. There are those two sides that live here. You have those folks
Mm-hmm.
who are abundance, have that abundance mentality, and I can see it. And those are the type of people that I hang around. Those are the type of people that I'm engaged with. But then you do have those scarcity minded people that you really got to watch out for because they will
Mm-hmm.
let something happen or you shine brighter than them. They're going to try to take
Yeah.
you out in some kind of career assassination. And so they're going to try to take you out. It's like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that way. But I'm always interested in
Yeah.
that is it oversaturated? Because it can never be oversaturated. Like what makes it
Yeah.
are there too many people on earth?
You
No.
feel me?
There's enough land. There's enough land still for probably 7 billion more people. But anyway.
Wow.
But
I need to do that.
oh yeah, there's tons of land everywhere that
Wow.
we haven't even occupied even as of yet. So
Okay, then. Okay, that's actually good to hear. You got a lot of land I need to buy there. One, you
oh
know.
look, I need to buy some land too, actually. I need to
We
so that yeah. So that
got them acres on the way, Brian. Them acres are coming our
hey,
way.
them acres. Let's get them.
They come. They
That's
coming.
right.
They already
That's
here.
right.
We just gotta reach and grab them.
That's right. Because if I had them acres, I'll build a whole complex for film and TV and music and all types of stuff. So Lord, go on, just
Like a
give your
like a
boy.
like a bigger Tyler Perry studio,
It'll be like a Tyler Perry Studios, yeah.
but
Yep.
bigger.
Do I want it to be bigger? Hmm.
It can only
Probably.
get better.
Probably because it'll have a whole music side to it. Tyler Perry doesn't have a whole
Yeah.
music side to his.
Uh-uh.
He just has different
Yeah.
sets. You know what I mean? Different houses. He has actually a whole White House over there. It's like,
Oh
all
damn.
right, I see you. I see you. You know, Tyler is Perry. But so for you, Kels, what influences you to make the music that you make? Because I'm gonna start moving into talking about your music. So before we start talking about it, what influences you to make your music?
Experience. Everything I've written about is from experience.
Hmm.
And the stuff that I have out is not even a little pinch of like what who I am now and what things I've been through. So, but everything I write about is from
Well then
experience. Sometimes I write. Go ahead.
well then we need to hurry up and get the rest of it out. Let's go.
Oh, it's coming.
Cause I'm
See, the
ready.
thing is, I was just dropping music. Now I got somebody in my life who's helping me get my business together because it's more business
Ah.
than anything. So you have to have the foundation solid before you just keep moving recklessly. So I'm
See,
getting my foundation solid.
I don't think some people understand that because there's both sides, right? There's a music
Yeah.
business, and then there's the music industry. I mean, there's not the same thing, right?
Hmm.
We're all in the music industry, but we are not all in the music business, right? And so understanding, all of your publishing and getting all your publishing. So you got to get all your publishing. So make sure you sign
Yeah,
up with
that's what we,
make sure you sign up with ASCAP, BMI, one of those two.
yeah.
CSAC you can't join. You got to be invited to CSAC. So which means you got to know
I have
somebody. Yeah, BMI.
yeah.
I'm a BMI. We
Yeah.
got the same, right? So sign up with
Yeah.
them. Harry Fox, SoundScan, all those places, right? But anyway, we can talk about
Hold on.
that. We can talk about that
Let me write
later.
that down. Hold on. Let me write that down.
Harry
Okay,
Fox.
Harriet.
Harry Fox is
Harry Fox.
definitely yes,
Is that
definitely.
HARRY?
Yep. HARRY
What is that
FOX.
exactly?
They are a mechanical royalty collection agency.
Harry Fox.
Harry
And you said
Fox.
I've heard the sound
Yep.
scan. I think I heard that one.
Yep.
Okay, bad. What else? You anything else you want to throw off the
Oh
top of your
gosh.
head?
Well, I can give you a whole bunch after we're done.
Okay,
Because
okay,
like
bad,
there's a
bad, bad.
whole there's a whole
Right.
oh yeah, the whole bunch. But
I love learning. So
yeah, I love learning. Look, I love learning too. That's what I do outside of this filming and interviewing and We Create Music TV stuff. I am all about learning and teaching other people. So, okay, so let's talk about your music. I want to move into talking about your music. I had a chance to check out your music. I listened to a whole bunch of it that you had up, and there are some songs specifically that I want to talk about because I want to know the inspiration behind the creation, the
Okay.
story behind the creation of these songs. So the very first song is Old School.
Okay. Look
So
at
talk to
you.
so talk to
The
us about,
SoundCloud drop.
yeah, and how you were okay. I don't think you were really playing the bass.
You
Because
think I was really playing?
the bass guitar.
Oh, I
Th-
wasn't. Oh, I was.
I think in there you said, I think it was on your Instagram. You said, "Look at me trying to act like I'm playing the bass guitar."
Yeah, I
But
wasn't playing it.
so what's the story behind Old School, and what was the motivation for creating that
The
song?
song itself, honestly, I
Yep.
didn't write that song.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the only songs I didn't write.
Mm.
However, the vibe of old school itself is something I would say is definitely connected to my brand. And when I say old school, I mean like the '90s R&B feel.
Hmm.
If you truly listen to some of the things I do have, I love to sample the old school '90s vibe. Whether it's like a melody or like a
Hmm.
run or something, that's part of who I like the
Mm.
brand.
Yeah. Well,
But that
also,
one I go right.
but even if you didn't write it, Old School is still dope. That was a dope
Thank
song. I
you.
was like,
Really?
oh yeah, that oh yeah, Old School's a dope song. The vibe and the
Thank you.
feel and the music, and just the overall aesthetics of the song itself. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is you know when you
Thank
start hearing the
you.
song, you sit back and you're like, oh, okay, I like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't write it,
Yeah.
but I definitely put my own feel on it. So,
Mm-hmm.
harmony, stack, even changing things up. I did that. I added the
Okay.
Kale to it. But
You
it was
had
a
the
good
kills
friend of
too.
mine.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good.
But
Good.
when I
Okay.
presented, I was like, okay, I like this. It pushed me out of my comfort zone vocally too. So I
Mm.
definitely like that.
Yeah. Old School kind of reminded me of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was kind of in the feeling like of her when
Mm.
as I was listening to it. That's kind of the I started to kind of feel that her vibe
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's
and
very
that's
low tone.
yeah in that song, and I could kind of, it started to resonate that that's kind of the feel and the emotion. It's kind of like what her would do if she was singing
Hmm.
that type of song itself.
Hmm.
So okay, well, I mean, granted, even if you didn't write it, you performed the heck out of it. So kudos
Thank
for that.
you. Thank you very
Kudos for
much.
that. All right, so the next song is Mood.
That's my baby.
Mood. And there's some stuff I saw in
So
Mood. So we're gonna talk about that.
you said
But go
what?
ahead. There's some things I noticed in that video, so we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
we talking
yeah.
about the song or the video?
Both.
Okay, so
Yeah.
starting with the song, it was one of those times where I was in the studio. I had invited some friends and family over, and I was like really irritated because usually when I make music, I would at the time I would feel like I needed to smoke weed. So when I wrote that song, I wasn't high, and I was very irritated. I was very irritated. I was like, bro, I'm like really not in the mood to even be here right now. So that's how I started. I was in like a mood, and then my producer, uh, we create from the ground up. So he was making the
Mm-hmm.
beat. As he was making the beat, I started coming in with the words, and it was like a oh, I don't
Uh
want
oh, look,
it.
we getting some real vocals, y'all.
So yeah, that was just basically like one of those things. Like I said, I write how I feel in the moment.
Okay.
My mood was just back and forth all over the place.
Okay.
So so that's the song. And the video, what I like to do with my videos, I don't like to do what people expect it to be. When you listen to the words of the song, you think, okay, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be with a boy, and we're just gonna be happy and sad the next day, going back and forth. But I want to go like I said, '90s, like the
Mm-hmm.
throwbacks. I want to
Oh,
go
it
to a
was
different era. Yeah,
it was
I want to
definitely
go to.
throwback.
I was like, So when I come up with concepts, I like to get in the quiet area. I turn my song on. I just let my mind go. So
Mm.
I thought about all of the female groups that I am a fan of, or what I knew growing up, and it was TLC and In Vogue and Destiny Child,
Yep.
Salt and
Salt
Pepper.
and pepper. Yep.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
went through that,
Yeah, I thought
and I
that
was like,
was
yo,
I thought that was awesome. I
thank
thought
you. At the
that was
beginning, it was me
awesome.
quitting my job or tired of my job.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
at the
that was
beginning.
awesome.
Thank you, thank
Yeah, I
you.
was like, wait a minute. I had to rewind the video to go back and say, wait a minute. Is that supposed to be in Vogue? That is. And then when y'all were doing the whatever dance
Yeah,
in the
salt and pepper.
pajamas,
Oh,
y'all
that's
were
TLC.
that was here. Oh yeah, of course. And y'all were doing your dances and stuff. And then I saw the lady in the background. She had the little black band-aid or tape on her eye. I was like, I had to pause it. I was like, what's that? Is she left eye? I had to go back and watch that part over again. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, that's TLC. Now the salt and pepper
Yeah.
one was super easy to identify and guess because y'all were doing the dances. Y'all had the whole
Oh yeah,
salt
yeah,
and
yeah.
pepper hat and the
Like,
fanny, and y'all had the you had the fanny packs. I was like, yep,
yeah, I pay
that's
attention to details.
classic salt and pepper. Classic salt and pepper. That was
One thing I do cherish about being this independent artist is I get to be so hands-on with my work. So whenever
that's
I
right.
get to the point where touching it, I can know what I like and what I don't like, and I can tell them how to fix it.
Mm. I think that's the power. One of the powers of being an independent artist versus being an artist signed to a label. And there's pros and cons, right? I got into a discussion a while ago, I think it was last year, actually, about signing with the label or being an independent artist and what makes the best type of scenario. And in that conversation, I said, it all depends. It depends on what a person really truly wants to get out of it and how much control the person truly wants to have over their music career and direction. So, because as an independent artist, you can do all of those different things. You can put those different flavors in your video. You have 100% creative control. But at a record label, you may not have 100% creative control. They may kind of tell you what to do, what songs need to go on the album, how to dress, who to put on the album, what producers to use. They may control most of that stuff, and you don't really have. You're relinquishing your creative freedom for the advance, for the support, for the additional money. And so there's choices. But in saying that is the fact that this particular video mood allows you to be as creative as possible. And I saw that in the video. And as I was watching it, I could tell that you were going through different segments. Oh, here's In Vogue, here's TLC, here's Salt and Pepper. I mean, y'all were getting down too. Y'all had them fanny packs
I
going with
told
the
them to have a good time.
with the what kind of shorts were they called back in the day when we used to wear those?
We talking about the salt and pepper?
Yes, yeah, like the spandex shorts, whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, we had the one piece
Yeah,
on.
yeah, y'all were rocking those.
Thank you.
Y'all killed it. Y'all killed it. But I thought it was a very creative video, and it took us on a journey through that song. Hmm?
Can I sip this water? I was just trying to see if that's a
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure,
Nah, you know what? You can't drink water. You gotta. Hey. Here I am. I got a little cup. She's like, yeah, I better drink this water.
I'm working on getting through half a gallon a day.
Okay, that's good. I need to work on getting through half a gallon a day. But when you said that, I thought it was just maybe like a bottle.
A little bottle of
And
water.
you were like, let me turn that up.
Yeah.
So, okay, so this ain't even. I'm going to go off on a tangent now because it just reminded me of something. So, should I say it's not gossip? I hope it ain't. You don't take it as gossip. It's just what it was. So there's a guy that I used to work with long time ago. He used to drink soda, 2-liter soda with a sports cap on it. You know, one of those pop up. And he would drink a 2-liter of soda.
Like you just like the sucking one?
Yeah, with like the sucking one. He would and suck a whole 2-liter of soda. I was like, yo, am I watching what you're doing right now? He's like, what? It's soda. I'm like, bro, but you got the whole soda with a sippy cup thing on top of it.
You drank a whole one? You drank a whole soda?
A whole 2-liter. That would be his beverage for the. a whole a whole 2 liter of soda with the little.
I can't do that.
Yeah, nah. I was like, oh no,
Well,
that's
I'm not a
crazy.
cold girl. I used to be.
I, yeah, I think what I just found interesting in what you said with the song "Mood" was something of the fact that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I want to make sure I heard it right. It was about smoking weed, right?
Uh
And I
huh.
guess the need and the tendency to smoke weed, right?
Hmm.
Maybe I just never understood it because, well, maybe I did. Maybe I did. Um, I think everybody has a time in their life when that takes place, right? In some
Yeah.
fashion, or so. Let me retract that because I think I did, but I think for me it was more of when I was in the military. When I was in the military, we did.
You was
And
smoking though with military?
what?
I didn't know y'all been doing that. Don't y'all
Oh
got
my
to have y'all
gosh!
birthday? Y'all be running and stuff.
I got. Oh gosh, it's for a different day. I got stories I could tell
Y'all-
you about
so
all
y'all don't do
types
drill
of.
tests in the military.
We do what?
Y'all don't do drill tests in the military.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
you was one of them.
For sure. They did drug tests in the military. Look, look, look.
Oh
How much time we got? We ain't got enough time. Look, I'll tell you the story after. If you're interested in hearing the story, I can tell you after we done. Because this
okay,
story,
okay.
yeah, this story was woo. But yeah, this story was wild. But I was going to say, but I think it's now because I'm older. And I sit back and go, like, do people really need to smoke weed to write music and to enjoy music and to be creative? But I remember back in the day, we did it just to get high. It wasn't to be creative. It was just to get high and laugh and eat a whole bunch of stuff. But it wasn't to be creative or to get those juices going to
Yeah.
create music or a song like that. So let me retract that because I actually do understand why
Okay.
why people had that tendency, or maybe I don't. Maybe you had a different perspective on why that was for you. And if you wanted to share that, you can. If not, you don't have
No,
to.
you're good. For me, at the time, I started smoking weed in college, so I felt like when I smoked, it's like I feel like my mind was at its highest. Like I would come up with different ideas, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to come up with if I was
Mm-hmm.
sober. I feel like when it comes to writing music, everything just comes so much faster. Because
Mm.
like when you high, it's like a part of your brain opens up that you don't normally use.
Right. If you when
Unless,
you're high, you think about stuff you've never thought about ever. And you laugh
yeah,
at
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that you that you
That
never
you
thought
feel
you would
like
laugh
you
at.
wouldn't be
Right.
able to
Mm-hmm.
do if you were sober. But once you reach a level of consciousness, you can do everything.
Right. You can do everything. That's right.
You
That's
feel
right.
me? But it was
That's
just one
right.
of those things for me. So I feel like I needed to write.
Mm.
Um, need to write. So the fact that I wrote "Move" sober was a big breaking point for me, and it really showed me that oh shoot, I don't need this to be dope as I am
Yeah, because that song
because
is
"Move"
dope.
is like
Oh, you got stuck. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she got stuck. So hopefully we can get her unstuck here in just a moment. But she is stuck. Let's see if she comes back on. So give us one moment. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Mood it's a dope song. Like I said, I like just
yeah,
the trajectory you took, and you reached out higher level of consciousness, and you could make an amazing song, just like Mood. And so the next song I want to talk about is called "This Song." Like I'm naming the songs like you don't know what they're called, but so let's
I
talk
told
about.
you like how you feel, man.
Yep. So this song. So let's talk about that.
So because I'm a '90s baby, and I just feel like I should have been in the era with all the '90s R&B legends, which it's okay because I get to bring that feel into the new school.
Please
That's
bring
what
it
my
back.
whole sound is about. You feel me? My whole
I do.
thing when I create, most of the time, is just like, how can I incorporate that into this? So with this one, once again in the studio with my favorite producer, Roscoe Hippo Meat Productions. We built it from the ground up, and I explained to him. I said, "Yo, I want a '90s song. Like, Keith Sweat is one of my favorite artists,
Mm.
so I was like, I want something that give me that feel, but I want to make it like a little bit more today's 2000. As far as like the
Mm-hmm.
beat, the way it hits. So, he is so talented, and he works with the church. So you can know people who play instruments and work in
Oh
the church,
yeah,
they can do all. Man, y'all are
yeah.
it's a different level of talent right
It's a
there.
different level of them
So,
church musicians,
yes, yes.
right?
So that's what he's giving right now. He started
Mm.
curating, and while he was breaking the beat once again, I start writing while he was creating. And one of my favorite songs is "Nobody" by Keith Sweat. So
Yep.
the beginning of it.
Nobody. See, I look. I just did something. Let me stop.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I heard you.
that nobody is that's. I always say Keith. Don't let me get on Keith Sweat,
It's
but
okay.
but
At the
Keith Sweat
beginning
is
of this song,
yes.
I hit that. Who can love you like I can? And usually in the song, there's like nobody, but I just kept it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we were done, he was like, "Oh man, this song gonna need a talk box, like
Mm.
the
Mm-hmm.
sound."
Oh yeah, the little thing you stick in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he connected me with one of his friends that do it, and I got him to do his thing on it, and it was a dope collab. My boyfriend's talking at the beginning with his deep voice to put us back in that '90s vibe.
Mm.
I shot a video to that one too. I don't know if you
I
saw
know.
it,
I
but
did. Y'all in the rain dancing.
yeah,
The dudes ain't got on no shirt. They all slick
yeah,
like they Jodeci in the back. Just
yeah,
I'm like I see
yeah.
y'all.
So
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
recently took that song down because
mm.
the business is right. Don't get me wrong, but it's just sitting. And when I really truly recognize the potential of my music, I don't want it to just sit.
Right.
Although I know that I can make a song now that goes up and people go listen to the old stuff. But for
Mm-hmm.
this song, I want when it's out, I want it to go. Like I want
Right.
even get
But
Keith Sweat on the remix, something like that.
but
But
you know but you know it be those types of songs that somebody hears and it blows up. And it's like, yo, yeah, I
mhm,
heard this song that you did like 2 years ago. And that's the song that's like, whoa. Because that type of song, I like that. Once you hear the beat, it immediately takes you back to the 90s. Like I was watching the video and listening to the song, and the pizza dude, when he brought the pizza to the door, right? Your friends like, well, how would you sing this song? And then it went into the actual song. And y'all were I was like,
yeah,
look at
yeah,
this. And
yeah,
y'all were
yeah.
banging on the table, on the
Yeah.
counter. I'm like, look at
Okay, look
this.
at you doing your
Oh yeah, I'm a researchaholic. I'm a researchaholic.
That's
But
hard.
I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I did join the and the dude is the pizza guy out there just
Uh-huh.
I was like,
Yeah.
look at that. But it was very reminiscent, 90s reminiscent. And I appreciated that because I think to me, 90s was the best era of music.
Mhm.
I have not seen another era of music like the 90s as of yet because there were so
Even
many
the music
amazing
now, though,
songs.
it's always sampled.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's always sample. I mean, that was the best era of music was
Uh-huh.
was the 90s. Oh my gosh. It's just so many amazing groups, so many amazing songs. It was just, yeah, it was just one of the best. But this song is reminiscent of that, and I love the feeling. So my advice to you, I don't know, put it back up because you never know.
It's
You
coming.
you never know who's going to hear it, who's going to be attracted to it. Somebody may stumble across the video on YouTube and maybe gravitate toward the
Yeah,
video and is like, "Oh wow, this is awesome." Somebody can hear the song on Spotify and be like, "Oh, this is awesome." You
yeah,
just you just never know how any of
yeah.
these
So
songs work
I'm
and how they
dropping
take
it
on. So you say you're gonna redrop it?
next month. Yeah,
Oh, next month? Oh yeah. Let's
yeah.
get that. Let's get that going. This song.
Hey.
Hey. That's right. Look, we getting. We see. I'm not gonna do it for y'all. We have an amazing talent that
Come
can do
on, man.
can do it
Give
for
me
you.
one. You
Hold
gotta
up.
give me
Hold
one note before we
up.
get off of
Hello there. All right. No, see, I don't even do
here.
bass. I don't even do bass. So I used to. I used to do. I used to be tenor, baritone. That was my range right there, tenor, baritone.
Oh, that's
But
hard.
I know that was.
So
But
you say you
anyway,
can't do baritone no more?
I probably. I just. It's
Let me
been a
hear
while.
just one word.
Nah,
One word. I'm
nah.
gonna get something before we
Right?
get off this
She
line.
said. She said one day it's gonna happen. But so okay, so that's good. So it's gonna drop next month. So what's next for Kels? What's next for you? What can we expect?
Honestly, I am tapping into the Afro-Caribbean side right now.
Oh,
So once we got this song
okay.
coming back out, I've been playing, not playing with it. I've been successfully doing that behind the scenes. My boyfriend's Haitian, so when I
Mm-hmm.
met him, he kind of introduced me to that music, which I had like never really truly listened to. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
whole nother universe over there, and I feel like I'm so much more connected to that sound. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying I'm gonna abandon R&B,
Right.
but I want to see how far I can go with that.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you
that's what
never
I'm working
know how all those
on.
different flavors can mix together and what you can
Mhm.
create from those.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Yes,
what
that's what I've been working
okay, so when's the EP coming? And then when's the album coming?
on. Honestly, I just said that yesterday. I was like, man, I need an EP out. It's been
Let's
too
get it.
long. I had dropped one last year, but I had to ended up taking it down, getting taken down because of business, right?
Mm,
So this time we're doing things right, and this way I have everything paid for, registered properly, music video shot. But the songs are already ready, so it's just a
okay.
matter of getting the dates down together and
Mm,
making a rollout plan and using what I got for right now.
okay. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know when y'all hear it. So first, please make sure you go check out those songs. Support Kels and those songs, Old School, Mood, and this song. Well, when she puts it back up next month. But support. I always say, make sure you support the folks who come on the show. In this case, it's Kels and her music and the things that she's doing. You know, when she has shows here in Atlanta, make sure you go. So if there's a show that Kels is going to put on somewhere, I'm gonna make sure that I show up somewhere
Oh,
and be part of the show and be right up front. Like,
period.
hey, right up front,
We're gonna have
right?
a good
I'm
time.
gonna make my way right up to the front. And so,
Yeah.
but yes, definitely support. So Kels, let me ask you, what advice would you have for anybody that wants to get into this music industry? What would you tell them?
Believe in yourself first, always, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. You can't convince somebody that this is for you if you like kind of iffy about it. Um, Anything you fear, do it. Like you never know. Like the other side of fear is so beautiful, man. That's the biggest thing I've been learning. Anything I'm scared to do, I do it. Like I was scared to cut my hair. I was like, let me cut it. Like it's just that simple. But believe in yourself. Um, Go hard for yourself. I would say treat people how you want to be treated. I know that's like sound redundant, but it's like one of the most important lessons ever. Um, so yeah, just do it. Don't let nobody talk you out of doing something that you love.
That's right. That's right. You know, I want to now. I would say I want to be treated like to treat me now. No, I mean, but I mean, when you think about the golden rule, that's it right there. Treat people like how you want to be treated. So if you want to be treated with dignity and respect, treat other people that same way. And I think
Yeah,
it's a yeah.
what you get back.
That's right. You know, you put out. I think that's what you said. You put out what you get back. Is that what you said?
Hmm.
Yeah, you put out what you get back. So if you put out good and you put out respect and you put out those different things, you're gonna reap it. You reap what you sow. So and trust, your word will return back to your actions. Will return back to you. So be very cognizant of that. But man, Kels, wow. I mean, we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. And I don't know if it felt like an
Okay.
hour and 10 minutes, but we've
No,
been going and going. But
that's good. Good conversation.
good conversation. You know, I know
Yeah.
sometimes I went on a tangent. I have the tendency to do that, but you know,
Man, ain't
that's
nobody
just how
judging you.
that's just how it is. But
Ain't nobody judging you. We having a good time.
but man, it's been a pleasure to learn about you, to meet you, to learn about your music, and to learn more
Right.
about your life and your career. So I would, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go support Kels. Make sure you support her music and be a part of the movement that she's creating. So Kels, if you wouldn't mind holding on for just one moment while I close this out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I tell you, right? Amazing singer, songwriter, entertainer, actress, and there's so much more that we probably didn't get into, and I'm sure there is. So as we continue to watch Kelz on her journey, we will see all of those different things unfold before us. Please make sure you go out, that you support her, her music, and what she's doing. I'm a supporter of everybody that comes onto the show, and I just love what they're doing, and I promote, those individuals. So, but thank you very much for tuning in here to We Create Music TV, to another interview series. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to like. Make sure to comment. Make sure to do all those things, because it helps us to rank higher, right? It helps us to get, more views on YouTube. People can see the content that we're putting out, and they can take advantage of all these different things. But once again, thank you very much for tuning in. You can catch us every Monday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. We do our interviews, and you can catch us throughout the week, every Thursday at 2 p.m. where we drop content. I'm going to drop a content coming up soon, because I'm supposed to be receiving my new Mac Studio on Wednesday. So if I get it on Wednesday, trust me, there's going to be a video that probably comes out on Thursday about this whole new Mac Studio. But anyway, thanks for being here. Y'all know how I feel about you. Appreciate all of you. Peace.